Hi, my name is Sam Rose and I am the editor of Peking Cat Poetry magazine. I just thought that I would spend a little time today talking about Peking Cat, and I have a couple of poems from some of the issues to read, just to kind of give you an idea of what it's all about if you're not familiar with it, if you haven't come across us before. Um, so I've had my YouTube account for many years, and I haven't really done anything with it lately. And I thought maybe now would be a good time to kind of get over not wanting to film myself or listen to myself, because who likes the sound of their own voice when it's recorded? So what I'm going to do is we're going to sit here and have this conversation, and then I'm just going to upload it and I'm not going to look at it, and then maybe somebody will tell me that it was actually okay, and then maybe I'll do another one. Um, I haven't done this for a long time and it feels weird, so we'll see how it goes. So Peking Cat Poetry, if I show you quite a recent one, this is from June. It's one of my favourite covers. I think that's like really striking eyes. I really like it. So we're called Peking Cat. Most of our, I think all of our covers, apart from the first one, had cats on them. Um, but we don't just publish things about cats. I do get quite a few cat poems, which is good if they're good. I have published them before. We publish poetry and flash fiction up to 1,000 words. We only take one piece of work usually per person per issue, unless you're amazing and I love all of your pieces. So yeah, cat poems are okay, but we don't just want cat poems. There is so much more to Peking Cat. Um, what we like, I say we all the time because I don't know, but I'm the editor, the creator, the everything. There's just me here. There isn't there's not loads of editors or whatever. It is literally just me doing everything. I'm if you email us if you email me, um, or tweet me, or Facebook us, or whatever, it is just me here. I'm sorry, I don't know why I say we. I think it's because it's kind of a business, I guess. It's a thing. It's a thing that seems bigger than me. So so that's why I say we, even though there's nobody else here. Um, and now I've completely forgotten what my point was even. Um, so yeah, what we like is poems that tell the truth. I like poems and stories that are not necessarily non-fiction. I do have a different non-fiction venture, which I'll talk about later. Um, but just something that's observant, something that's honest, something that's brave, something that was really difficult to write, like emotionally, something that people can really resonate with when they read it. Um, that's the kind of stuff that I like. Um, in general, I mean, we publish a whole range of stuff. There's so many subjects and formats, from haikus to free verse to sonnets to you know anything. If I like it, I'll publish it. So I think the best way to find out what we like to publish is by reading. But before I read, I will tell you about the other things that are happening. So Peking Cat comes out every month. and we actually have an anthology coming out as well this year. So if people like that, and if that goes well, sorry, my hair is a mess. Sorry. So if that goes well, then we'll do it again next year. The deadline for submissions for the anthology is the 31st of August, and then I'm hoping that it will come out in October, and it will be available on Amazon and lulu.com. It will be an ebook. So yeah, we also have The Creative Truth, which is completely separate. I guess you could call it an imprint of Peking Cat. Excuse me, sorry. This is going so well. Yeah, The Creative Truth, which is a non-fiction journal, and that has sort of closed for the first volume, so it's like a brand new venture. We have 12 stories being published in that, which is about 65 pages, so it's pretty big. I mean, compared to Peking Cat, which is sort of 30 to 35 pages. And The Creative Truth is kind of memoirs, personal essays, that kind of thing, or sort of things that have been inspired by real life. So it's kind of up to the writer as to how much sort of the balance, the weighting of the truth to fiction ratio, if you like. But I do really like sort of memoir pieces, and as I said with Peking Cat, things that are difficult to write, things that, you know, really resonate. So yeah, so that's that one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read, I have 3 poems to read from Peking Cat. I'll try not to lose all the pages. So the first one I'm going to read is from July, that's issue 16, and that is the latest one, and it's called Brutal Monologue, and it's by Tom Snowski. Reason is cruel, but it isn't real, but it is, so maybe I'm confused. I'll wait this one out in a cool place until you get it all figured out, I said, but then my collarbone got ripped out by the nothingness, and I was left with no choice but to engage. It was silly to think there was any other way this could go, but your mild eyes did give me all kinds of silly ideas. That's Brutal Monologue by Tom Snowski in issue 16 from July. Another cover that I really like, just because it's so sort of bright, and this is from March. This is issue 12, and this is a poem by Joyce Greenfield, and it's called Talking to Mark Rothko. You have painted essence of night on a canvas. You have put down joy on a 5x10. You have stolen all the yellow out of my head. You have taken all the dark red from far back, all the alone days in a darkened room I thought nobody knew, and you've exposed me on a museum wall. Really like that. And something from issue 1, the only one that didn't have a cat on it. And this one is called My Artist Friends Went Away, and it's by Janet McCann. My artist friends went away to New York and disappeared. Amy with her baby Rocky and her poetry notebook looking for her new love, of whom she knew nothing but that she had to be a woman. Kathleen with her glam clothes and Houston bling and violent, bloody short stories, who wanted to play, she said, with the big kids. Helen with her portfolio of sketches and poems, prickly pear cactus and junipers outside Amarillo, which she thought of as something new for the city, and no one came back. And if they did make it, became poets and artists, if you can catch a gig someplace off Broadway, we don't hear about it here in the suburbs. I really love editing Peking Cat, because just the amount of great work that we get, and the sort of breadth of the different topics. We have a few people who submit quite often and that we publish quite often. And it's just a joy, especially when you send out an acceptance email and then someone comes back and you can see how happy they are that their piece has been published. And it's really inspiring as well for me to kind of go out there and try to get that for myself as well, because I do spend a lot of time editing, but I also write poetry. I've been published in a few magazines. Yeah, and some of the pieces are like really inspirational, you know, it just really kind of motivates you to go out and do your own thing as well. So that's pretty much all I have for today. I might be back. I will be back. When the anthology comes out, I'll definitely be back and I'll be showing it to you. I'll maybe read a couple of pieces. I do feel a little bit funny about reading the pieces. There were a couple of others that I wanted to read to you, but they were quite personal, and I would feel bad if I didn't. I don't know, because the pieces sounded so true to the writer, and so honest. I don't know. I just felt like maybe I shouldn't read those, because what if I'm not delivering it properly, or I don't know. It all just kind of feels a little bit sacred. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the ones that I read out. All of the issues are available to download for free as a PDF. And you can buy them as well on lulu.com. They are only £2.99. That's £2.99. But lulu.com will show you that in dollars or whatever if you're elsewhere. Yeah, the website address is peakandcatpoetry.co.uk. And I will see you next time. Bye.